So far so good. Do you think the country is headed to the right direction?
It is headed to the right direction. Maybe what I could say, there's just some few areas that need more correcting and alignment.
Okay.
Like, you see that Murkomen office.
Yeah.
Murkomen office isn't good. The Ministry of Energy has a problem. And for somebody like Murkomen,
Morning, everybody. How are you? How you feeling? This is Tan FM, and of course, you're chilling me, the one and only Fadel Mula in the studio. And today, as usual, the guest is Sio Mugeni kwa hii studio. It's called Abed Pele. Abed Pele, what's up, man?
What's up?
Yeah.
Tuko.
How see you?
Fine morning.
Yeah, fine morning, man. Beautiful day right here, man, on Stan FM. Yeah, so Abedi, most of the times when I bring you to the studio, it's because I want us to talk about sensitive issues.
Yeah.
And no better person to understand sensitive issues, especially if they're related to anything political.
Yeah.
Other than a lawyer, a young person who can relate with the condition we're living in these current times in this country.
Yeah.
None other better than you, a young lawyer, a young student who is learning, striving to get better with time. Sindio?
Yeah.
So on Jamhuri Day, that was like a week ago, Sindio?
Yeah, it was a week
ago. The president said that now Kenya is a country whereby you can just enter without a visa. That means anybody from any corner of this world can enter Kenya without a visa. You don't need to be a visa to be in Kenya.
Yeah. Okay. It's both positive and negative long term.
Okay.
Because you see, as much as you can open Kenya to the world, there's a certain danger to it.
Exactly.
You can't just wake up one day and say, so today we are not defending our borders because we believe everybody.
The president himself, he tried to, clarify on that.
Yeah.
He said that we are not just going to allow anybody to come in.
Yeah.
Okay, they have put up measures to regulate those people that are coming in, or maybe to get to know the person. You know, a lot of people are complaining. If you listen to so many radio stations that day, the following morning they were talking about that, and you could hear so many citizens who are complaining and say, now you're letting the all these foreigners come into this country. Now we are going to compete for jobs. I mean, fair for me. Okay, fair for me, because now when we talk about jobs competition, you understand that we have our neighboring countries. They come over here, they charge less money to do some. I'm not talking about professional jobs like yours, law. I'm talking about small jobs, like labor jobs, that the one you can do with your own hands. So they offer less wages. So when they're given that, the employer in Kenya will leave Kenyans because of now we are living in tough times in Kenya. So there's other person, when he gets that shilling, which is a lot of money in their own country, they don't have to complain. You get it now?
Okay.
Now, how do we solve such an issue?
You see, the fact is there is saturation in the market.
Okay.
The amount of people who are leaving university and leaving polytechnics and just gaining enough skill to do any sort of work are more than the jobs that are being produced.
Yes.
Now the problem comes in when foreign companies come, like you see, the most cases I've seen is like hotels and other foreign investors. Like, you remember the time SportPesa was in Kenya?
Yes. It is still in Kenya.
Okay, it is, but let's say its headquarters is now in Tanzania. Tanzania is the main point of the SportPesa.
Yes.
Now you find that people lost jobs. Like,
of course,
it was a whole entire betting company that were chased away from Kenya because of taxes.
Of course, yeah.
Now people lose jobs, which forces the hands of Kenyans to leave the country.
Yes.
You know, that's what creates the problem. We don't leave because we just want to. Very few people leave this country because of recreation.
Of course, yeah.
Now the government wants to invite more foreign investors to enable the economy to become more stable after COVID-19.
Yes, yes.
But the problem is they are killing local businesses.
Okay.
And in doing so, crime is increasing. People are getting hopeless. Everybody is applying for visas. Nyayo House is becoming a problem. You see, it's becoming a problem.
But here's the thing, bro. I know for a fact that we are living in tough times, though. And you ever heard of the saying, beggars don't have a choice?
Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, we cannot be choosers because now we have reached a point whereby we just cannot survive alone.
We can't.
We can't survive.
I do agree with the president on that. We cannot survive alone.
We cannot survive alone. So we need to have as many people coming over here, either as tourists, as investors. The best way we can to expose this country, to expose the opportunities that are in this country, because you never know that person who will come here and say, one day I want to visit Kenya. Okay, maybe this person is from Turkey, comes over here and sees an opportunity, something that we need here and we don't have it. Set up a company, a farm. How many people are going to be employed? The president has considered that, and all these people that are coming over here, so wanakuja kuishi kwa hizi manyumba zetu bado. We are going to be the landlords. Let's be honest with each other. So I'm feeling like it's a good move, but also we should also consider security.
We should also, a very good example. I remember was it 3 months ago? I'm not sure. When WorldCoin was the in thing.
Yes.
Like WorldCoin is a foreign,
of course,
Bitcoin token investor or something. Then they came to Kenya using backdoor policies that somebody in an office in power approved. And all of a sudden, lines zilikuwa zinaformiwa at shopping malls, KICC wamejaa pale because they know kuna 7,000 ya free na peano. Then in a span of like 2 weeks, all of a sudden people woke up one day and WorldCoin is a scam. Now you see it creates a problem. Watu wameenda waka-invest pesa zao zimekwama huko. Then the state cuts it off. Because of it's creating unrest, sijui nini. After some time, yesterday I was checking my phone. I saw WorldCoin is about to come back.
It's about to come back.
Now I'm wondering if this thing was genuinely not legitimate, why is the government still allowing it to come back to the country?
Okay. I'm just thinking because now, like I said, beggars don't have a choice. So we have reached a point whereby in this country, we just have to invite all these people to come in, and get to explore the opportunities here. But I think the government should also. I think Kenya, we are heading the direction of South Africa.
To some extent.
They say Kenya is a welcoming country.
It is.
A welcoming.
South Africa has a lot of problems.
Okay. Now, let me ask you a question, Betty. Do you think the welcoming culture will last longer? With the direction we have taken as a country, do you think Kenya will live to be a welcoming country forever?
Okay, I can't say for sure forever, but that's actually a very hard question. For now, I can say it is. And for the near future, maybe the next 3, 4, 5 years, I can guarantee people that Kenya will still be a welcoming country. But the problem now I have with the government is not the taxes that are currently in place. Is they keep on creating new ways of taxing citizens who are not making enough money. Overtaxing also chases away the foreigners, chases
I
away the
understand
investors.
that, but I think we should also consider the fact that Kenya, we are not in a position whereby we can depend on ourselves. So we need taxes, we need revenue,
Okay, you see, the fact is the taxes
Yeah.
and revenue are the condition that we are supposed to be depending on.
Okay,
You can only give so much
okay,
until it reaches a point of saturation. You can't continue, assuming you're earning a basic salary of 50,000.
yes,
After tax, the salary that comes into your account is maybe 38,000.
okay,
38,000, you are living in a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom house, which you pay 15,000, 20,000, depending.
Yeah.
Assuming even you're paying 15,000.
okay.
The rest, you have a family, you have 2 kids, you have a wife.
Yes.
How are you going to sustain yourself when each and every time you are budgeting for your own salary, the president adds another tax?
I don't think, first of all, I feel like earning that kind of money, you should reduce your spending. So reduce your spending.
Yeah, but with the current state of the economy, there's only so much that you can reduce. Chakula imepanda.
Yeah, but I think at this rate, vitu kama rent, transport, zinafaa zirudishwe chini. Like, cut the cost. And that is why the president launched that railway line, that commuter railway line in Nairobi. It's going to help
But
people a
very
lot.
few people will use that.
Why?
Let's be realistic.
Why?
The rail is not accessible everywhere.
Okay.
That is fact. 2, as long as fuel prices go up, transport prices will always go up.
Okay.
As long as real estate prices go up, rent will always go up. As long as there's inflation in the market and the dollar continues rising against the shilling, the economy will forever be unstable. Unless a new world order occurs. New world order meaning the dollar should be dead in the water. That is the only saving grace of the world.
Okay. I'm just thinking that we have all these people obviously are going to come in the country.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to have investors in the country.
Yeah.
And you understand that Kenya has laws in place that have been put in place for every investor that comes to invest in Kenya.
Yeah.
So we are going to get jobs. That is very clear. If so, we as Kenyans, we are going to compete with the investors, to grab the opportunities that are available here.
True.
To do business. So I'm feeling like it's a good move for our country.
It is a good move
that the president has made to bring all these people. But again, security is another thing that we should check on. And basically that's all I can say. There's so much more. There's so much more that has happened in this country for the past 1 year, ever since the president took over.
Yeah.
And personally, I'm always positive.
Yeah, as much as life is hard, the economy is tough.
Yeah.
There are some positives that you should acknowledge the president is doing, because from what I was understanding, from what he was saying during the recent interview, like the former regime left him dead in the water. They left nothing in the treasury. So he had to wake up after being sworn in and start thinking of a plan.
Of course, you have to start thinking on how you're going to.
And it has been tough. But he's managing. You can't just say he's not doing enough all the time. You have to give him credit.
He's going through a lot right now.
He's also going through a lot.
Yeah, being a president is not easy.
It is not. It is the toughest job ever.
I could say, if anything, that is the best decision he has made for this country. The whole of the year of the regime.
That is actually the best thing, because investors were actually beginning to run away.
Running away, and they are still running away.
Too much.
They are still running away.
Jumia Food, I remember some 2 weeks ago, closed down permanently.
Wow.
You can't order Jumia Food anymore.
Wow.
Because of the high economy, high taxes, the inflation. Carrefour has a scandal, a 1 billion scandal. Glovo is still there, Bolt Food, Uber Eats. But the Uber Eats and Uber Eats especially is so dead.
Okay.
Even if you try to order, like sometimes it has a lot of problems. Money disappears, food doesn't come. So it has inconsistencies always. So maybe Bolt Food and Glove, the only surviving ones.
Okay. Any other thing that the president has impressed you this year?
Okay. You know, as much as people might lash at him for taking trips, going to borrow money, high taxes, you know, the reality is the debt we had was overwhelming enough to red flag Kenya.
Okay, from getting more loans.
And
also investors.
So he had, literally, I feel like he had no choice. His hands were tied. It was either you tax Kenyans to be able to get enough money to reduce the debt so that you can borrow and sustain the economy.
Yes, exactly.
Or you don't borrow and suffer. Yes. That was the only choice.
Of course.
And you have to sacrifice. Sometimes it may be hard, but I think Kenya has paid like 500 billion.
Now, let's be honest. Let's be honest with each other, okay? This country was headed in the wrong direction. We were headed to the ditch.
Okay, to some extent we were.
And let me tell you something. Sometimes, and I said this thing, and I wrote it on my status the other day. I said sometimes leaders make decisions that are going to be hard. Okay, we're going to feel the pain, but at the end of it all, we're going to enjoy the benefits that comes with it. Because now, citizens, I think citizens are so shallow-minded to understand how the economy is run.
They only check where the common mwananchi, his only focus is nimelipa rent, nimekula chakula, watoto wangu wako sawa, wamelipa fees. Those are his needs.
They
think only within that framework.
But you know, the economy is beyond like just the president controlling it or the people in the leadership to control it.
Yeah.
Because now, if the dollar rises, okay, we are not in control of it. The president is not in control of it. Okay, they have to come up with ideas on how to stabilize the economy, which is not easy.
If you want to know, fun fact, let me give you a fun fact. The dollar was supposed to be rated at 200 shillings
exactly
in Kenya. But somehow the president cut that idea off because you see the recent fuel prices dropped by, I think, diesel 5 to very insignificant.
Of course.
The banks used 157.94 to the dollar to charge for the tons of oil that were coming, the metric tons. In reality, they should have used 153 point something. You see, even people are complaining. And the banks are always profit for themselves first, then cater for the economy later.
Wow.
You see, that's also actually the banking system is a problem.
In this country?
They wanted 200 shillings to the dollar is putting the economy in a very dangerous state.
Okay, now tell me, a normal mwananchi out there, if you try to explain that to that person, will he understand?
He won't understand.
He won't. And that is why, you see, the president is just doing his own thing. His thing. He's not trying to consult anyone. Of course, he has people around him who are advising him. But at the end of it all, he knows. Ukisikiza mwananchi wa kawaida pale nje,
utapotea. That is fact.
Because now, hawezi elewa.
You have to do things as a professional.
They can never understand the pain that comes with running a country, frustration that comes with it, making decisions. It is not easy.
It is not, definitely.
So far so good. Do you think the country is headed to the right direction?
It is headed to the right direction. Maybe what I could say, there's just some few areas that need more correcting and alignment. Like, you see that Murkomen office. Murkomen office isn't good. The Ministry of Energy has a problem. And for somebody like Murkomen, he's so careless with his words. He does not show like proper leadership qualities to some extent. Recently he was in Citizen and he made a diplomatic attack to Rwanda.
Okay, well, what did he say?
I can't. There's a very controversial thing he said.
Yeah.
Until Kenya was now left with one choice.
Yeah.
Raila Odinga stepped in the following day to apologize to Rwandan president.
Okay.
So it was two things. Actually, I think he'll get the sack soon. If not soon, soon enough.
Yeah.
He was to get the sack, or the president himself goes to apologize. Can you imagine how embarrassing that is?
That's very embarrassing. We should watch our mouth.
The leaders should take initiative because they are the one who are leading the common mwananchi.
Now, with everything that is going on in this country,
Yeah.
I have noticed something. Okay, the so-called Maendeleo thing. Like from then, even from the days before of Uhuru Kenyatta, you notice that Uhuru Kenyatta made a statement about. Do you remember that time when Uhuru Kenyatta used to be called? He made a statement and said, just because a leader is from a certain region does not mean that development should only go to that region alone.
Yeah, that is very true because for the presidents who have been from Central Kenya, Central Kenya, no offense to them, by the way, New Shago.
Okay.
It is a known fact. Nyeri has zero, almost to nil development. It looks the same like almost 15, 20 years ago.
But bro, you know, let me tell you something. I went to work this year. Only like last month, I was really traveling in those areas. Deep into Nyahururu, deep into Narumuru. And I'm telling you, at some point, you find all this tarmac road, very good looking, nice roads, many, but no matatus. Very few matatus, bro. Like you can only see like personal cars. At some point, I thought to myself, are there people living here?
They are, but they are very scarce.
Okay.
For towns like Nyeri town center.
You've been to Nyeri?
Yeah, as the majority of people I've seen in Central actually.
Okay.
And maybe Kiambu.
Okay.
The rest, they are very scarce and fine. And you see also there is usually shamba ni kubwa.
Okay, yeah.
So there's only so much that you can't enter into the territory of others and do other things.
Yeah. Do you think the politics in Kenya, like next year, 2024, will grow from just being tribal and maybe get to the next level whereby we consider much better things?
We are still a very tribal nation.
Okay,
Let's just put it on the plate as it
Which is very stupid.
So even whenever we do elections, we will always lean towards our favorite leader because of ethnicity.
Not because of his good work.
Let's be honest.
Not because of his capabilities, no.
Hardworking people really suffer in this country.
Yeah, of course.
You have to suffer. You have to look for devious ways of getting what you want. And it's a problem that has proven to be consistent.
Okay.
You know, every time people might say, Urawa kwani anashindwanga kura kila saa anarudi huko. But he's actually a leader who speaks for the people. Okay. He sees things as they are and says things as they are.
Oh, right.
And some might say, oh, he's very controversial. But we need an opposition that works.
Of course, yeah.
It doesn't matter if you win or lose.
Yeah.
The problem comes in when you lose and the state of the nation is declining. And were it be a different situation, you would have won. What would you have done in that same position? You need to ask yourself that question.
Yeah.
And try to steer the government in the right direction. And just sit back after losing and watch people suffer because they didn't vote for you.
You can't do that because it's like you wanted us, you can only serve us just because you're in the government.
You're in the government, which is so wrong.
A leader is a leader.
Regardless.
Whether you're in the government or not.
Well, you are still a leader.
You're still a leader.
Yeah.
It ain't going to change anything. Yeah?
It doesn't change.
Yeah. Pretty much fair for me. I think I've seen it with so many Kenyans who travel out there. They come back. You ask them, were you dating somebody out there? Yeah, I was dating a white guy. Or dating a white girl. I'm just dating a Nigerian. I was dating a Togolese, mindset do change every time when people leave this country, go out there.
The exposure is also important.
Yeah.
You will see how the system works.
As long as you're in this country.
Yeah. You see, like,
special.
When living abroad, you see, you pay for scholarship, you pay for tuition fees and such. That is if you don't have a scholarship.
Yeah.
But ni same tu kama huku Kenya. The help thing.
Yeah.
In Kenya, you can get away with help.
Yeah.
You can't get away with it. The government can pay for your education.
Yeah.
You finish your degree.
Yeah.
And disappear from the system completely.
In Kenya?
In Kenya, you can't do it.
Okay.
Abroad, you can't.
What's going to happen?
They'll find you. You'll have to pay. As long as you were educated with the funds for the national government, you rarely get away with such. So you see, also, kuna ukora mingi Kenya.
Yeah, of course.
For somebody to repay help, you have to be in the government system. Either unafanyia parastate or something. Even if it's private owned, like, they'll always have a way to find out. But for people who disappear completely from the system, ukimaliza degree course yako, wewe fungua tu kabiashara kako kadogo, ufanye online, right? They never catch you.
Oh, wow.
You have that.
That's very nice. There you have it. With a bed polo. Of course, we were talking about the impact, our political affairs in this country this year, and how much progress you have made as a country politically, and even much more. Yeah. So keep on interacting with us. Keep the comments going. Like, subscribe, and share on Stan FM. And keep it going, man. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked, man. Thank you.